Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good afternoon, Nation. This is KJ, your host at the Taco Truck, driving around in semicircles outside the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence, and oh my fucking God, I'm about to bash my head through a fucking wall. I'm coming in hot. I ain't even doing a fucking musical intro. We're going right into it. We're taking the first minute to fucking just say, hey, how you doing? Life is good. I'm alive. I have no coffee in me. I have no Pepsi in me. I'm going fucking Nutter Butters here. And then I wake up this morning to the brilliance of our president. Trump hails potential Korea talks, credits his firm stance. Yeah, okay, here we go. U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday called potential talks between North and South Korea a good thing. And okay, first of all, I'm going to preface this. I am not anti-Trump. I am not pro-Trump. I am pro-USA. And with that being said, a lot of things he does is good, and a lot of things I don't like. But I'm trying to be in the middle here. Moving on. U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday called potential talks between North and South Korea a good thing. And the South Korean presidency said he had agreed there would be no military drills with South Korea during next month's Winter Olympics. South Korea's presidential Blue House, said Trump, told South Korea President Moon Jae-in in a telephone call that hoped inter-Korean talks would lead to good results and that he would send a high-level delegation, including members of his family, to the Winter Olympics, which will be held in South Korea. All in all, first reading this article, okay, this makes sense. Donald Trump sends his family. That's what he does. He has a very, what's the word? Lots of nepotism in the White House, but that's fine. I can understand that. He likes to keep it close. I can respect that. But in a tweet ahead of the South Korean statement, Trump hailed potential talks between North Korea and South Korea a good thing and took credit for any dialogue after Seoul and Pyongyang this week signaled willingness to speak. Okay, Mr. President, we're going quickly downhill. Does anybody really believe the talks and dialogues would be going on between North and South Korea right now if I wasn't firm, strong, and willing to commit our total might against the North? Trump tweeted, adding that talks are a good thing. All right, let's look at the past month and what happened. The United Nations issued sanctions against North Korea. It was December. December is a winter month. And the sanctions were regarding, what was that? Petroleum and unrefined petroleum products. What could those things be used for? Well, they could be used for operating motor vehicles. They could be used for, powering generators to keep people warm. Of course, North Korea is going to want to come to the table to keep its people fucking warm. Now, I get it. We're firm. President Trump is putting us in a strong direction. I love it. At the same time, you're not the fucking prodigal son to the world. But let's continue. North Korea has for long denounced U.S.-South Korean joint military exercises as preludes to invasions. U.S. officials had earlier responded coolly to North Korea's suggestion of talks, with the State Department saying Pyongyang might be trying to drive a wedge between Washington and Seoul. And the head of U.S. forces in South Korea warned on Thursday against raising hopes over North Korea's peace overture amid a war of words over North Korea's development of nuclear-tipped missiles capable of hitting the United States. Cooler heads are, making some good points here. President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un have exchanged a series of bellicose comments in recent months, raising alarm across the world, with Trump at times dismissing the prospect of a diplomatic solution to a crisis in which both sides have threatened to destroy each other. In other words, my dick is bigger than yours. No, my dick is bigger than yours. In a New Year address, North Korea leader Kim Jong-un, pausing for a second, said after he got fucking sanctioned, He was open to dialogue with U.S. ally South Korea and could send a delegation to the Winter Olympics. Kim also warned that he would push ahead with mass-producing nuclear warheads in defiance of UN Security Council sanctions, and warned that the entire United States was in range of North Korean nuclear missiles, and a nuclear button was always on his desk. Okay. Why the fuck would then this be a response? You know, I waited a couple days. I wanted to read the whole thing, get all the information. But why the fuck was this your immediate response? Trump responded by mocking Kim as Little Rocket Man and saying that his nuclear button was bigger and more powerful and worked. Why? Why the fuck would you be pushing buttons like this? Pun intended. Why? The guy is obviously testing nukes. I want to be a fly on the wall for those conversations. That's what I want to be, D-Max. I want to sit there and I want to fucking watch what they talk about. I would love, honestly, okay, I'm going to finish the story first. Seoul answered the North Korean talks overture by proposing high-level talks at a border village next week, and on Wednesday, the two Koreas reopened a border hotline that had been closed since February 2016. The commander of U.S. Forces Korea, General Vincent Brooks, said the overture was a strategy to divide 5 countries, the U.S., South Korea, China, Japan, and Russia, to reach its goal of being accepted as a nuclear-capable nation, South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported. We must keep our expectations at the appropriate level, he was quoted as saying in an address to a university in Seoul. We can't ignore that reality, he said, adding it is important for the U.S. and South Korea to maintain an ironclad and razor-sharp alliance. The 5 countries mentioned by Brooks were involved in years of on-again, off-again, 6-party talks with North Korea aimed at resolving the crisis, negotiations which eventually fizzled when North Korea pulled out. North Korea says its weapons are necessary to counter U.S. aggression. The United States stations 28,500 troops in the South, a legacy of the 1953. Okay, I hate these fucking numbers. The 1950 to 2008 Korean War, which still hasn't fucking ended. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said Thursday the security crisis posed by North Korea to Japan was the most perilous since World War II, and he vowed to bolster defenses. Good for him. On Tuesday, Nikki Haley, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, said Washington would not take any talks between North Korea and South Korea seriously if they did not contribute to denuclearizing North Korea. She also said Washington was hearing reports that Pyongyang might be preparing to fire another missile and warned of even tougher steps in response if it did so. Okay. Alright, here we go. Mr. President, you are not the fucking cure-all and end-all when it comes to fucking shit in the world. You are not God's gift to fucking earth. You are the President of the United States. Just because you put up a firm and hard stance on North Korea, and our glorious St. Mattis repeated the administration's policy and is enforcing it, which, with Mattis there, I feel more comfortable about this. But you were not the sole fucking factor. It's winter. And unfortunately, as we all know, the people can be pushed so far. It happened in the 1700s when the British started taxing us unfairly for tea. It happened again in the 1860 during the Civil War, when the South felt they were being pushed around and their slaves were going to get taken away. And that they didn't believe in Abraham Lincoln, and they all succeeded because of Abraham Lincoln and what he stood for. It happened again in the 1930s with the rise of Adolf Hitler. The people are a fickle bunch of motherfuckers. So of course Kim Jong-un is going to appeal right after the sanctions, because he doesn't want his people to fucking freeze and rebel. I mean, shit. Any fucking person with a brain behind their eyes can see that, if there are plenty of countries that don't like me, by the way, I'm talking as Kim Jong-un. There are plenty of countries that don't like me, and if I don't feed my people and I don't keep them warm this winter, there are plenty of countries that'll support them in a rebellion. Yeah. President Trump, you're not the cure-all and fucking end-all. But let's move on to Shinzo Abe, Japan's premier. Let's move on to Shinzo Abe. He makes an excellent point. North Koreans could make their country richer by seeking peace. He makes an excellent point. He says that you can make their country richer if they drop the country's nuclear program and missile tests, the Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said during a New Year's speech. North Korea does have a diligent people and rich resources. They could make their country richer only if they adopted the right policies. Abe said that Japan is watching North Korea closely to see how tight economic sanctions affected the isolated state. As Kim Jong-un's country faces winter, its people will likely lack coal, oil, and fuel as a result of the diplomatic punishment. The targeted sanctions against North Korea's economy, which limited oil shipments to North Korea for any trade partner at 500,000 barrels in a single year, were pushed by the UN to curb Kim's nuclear ambitions and threats of attacking the United States. Nations are bracing for additional responses from Kim as the sanctions threaten his country. Abe said Japan will continue to build up its military to protect the nation from any aggressive actions from North Korea. China, the main source of North Korea's fuel, exported no oil products to the country in November. The move aligned with the UN policy and appeared to cut North Korean officials off from gasoline, diesel, iron, and lead. The new sanctions, along with others put in place in 2017, could put Kim's regime in a difficult position of funding vital resources in the totalitarian state alongside continued nuclear activity. Harsh reality there is, in the lamest terms, go for peace. That's what Shinzo Abe. But on a layered, you're gonna fucking freeze your asses off this winter. That's the message. And between President Trump, oh, isn't it so glad that I was so strong and mighty against North Korea? Look at what they've done. Bitch, please. That was all the United fucking Nations. All of it. Continuing on what Shinzo Abe had to say, he compared the North Korean threat of missile test launches to Japan's position during World War II, when Japan was beaten by the Allied forces along with Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy, following the U.S. decision to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It is not an exaggeration to say that the security environment surrounding Japan is at its severest since World War II, Abe said during the speech. I will protect the people's lives and peaceful living in any situation. Good for him. Some North Korean missile launches have flown over Japanese territory before, falling into the Pacific Ocean. Abe reinforced the need for North Korea to seek peace with the international community. It is absolutely unacceptable that North Korea is trampling the strong desire of Japan and the rest of the international community for peaceful resolutions and continuing with its provocative behavior. Listen, Japan, fucking Japan, the people that make the majority of our fucking cars and half of the fucking video games in the world, is fucking saying, hey, calm your fucking tits. In November, President Donald Trump and Abe said they would work together to deter North Korea and pressure China to do the same. Abe has supported Trump's aggressive North Korea stance and worked to build a stronger alliance with the U.S. president as Kim hurls threats about a potential attack on the United States. Both of you, Trump, Kim, you two do not have the biggest dicks on the planet. I'm sorry, it's not a dick measuring contest. Granted, ours is a little bit more girth because of St. Mattis, but you know what? It's not a dick measuring contest. Peace. Peace, for fuck's sake. That's all you fucking need. Literally. Hey, Kim, die a hero. That's what you need to do. You're at a point, either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. So either launch that fucking missile and give me my lifelong dream to go to the Far East and shoot some fucking Koreans, or deny me my dream for an even better dream, which is there's some fucking peace that I don't have to constantly have to worry about my brothers and sisters over in Korea or my brothers and sisters over in fucking Japan. But fucking A. Donald Trump, you are not God's gift to the world. Little Kim, you are a fucking idiot and you need to learn how to fucking play at the big kid's table. And I'm glad that you're taking those steps to have a delegation at the Olympics, which is a time for peace and prosperity among countries and just general goodwill. It's the fucking Olympics. I hope something good comes out of this. But for fuck's sake, stop being fucking twats. Both of you are earning my Cunt of the Week award. Donald Trump and fucking Kim Jong-un. Kim for being an asshole and, well, I'm worried about feeding my people and making sure they're warm over the winter. I guess I should go talk about peace now after getting the fuck sanctioned out of me. And Donald Trump for, I am the great, my might and strength was able to force North Korea to the table. Jesus fucking Christ. I see what you're saying, D-Max. I agree. D-Max is saying I'd say North Korea will inevitably make a nuke that works, but allow them to do it as long as the South Korean government can have a say in all stuff. I'm all for reunification of the Koreas. I would love to see, and this is, I'm all for common sense. How do you reunify North and South Korea? Very simple. It's a slow integration, and you introduce slowly the North Korean people to democracy. You have them elect local, you have them elect regional, and you have them elect a federal. And you do it over, 4 to 8 years. And it's a slow introduction to democracy and a slow introduction. And then you have people that are familiar with the North Korean issues towards, we'll say, an 8-year period till full reunification. You have leaders that are in there that have experience, that have the cross experience of working with South Korea, that when it becomes one Korea after that 8-year process, bam, issues can be addressed. And one of the biggest issues that need to be addressed, if that was the case, in my oh-so-fucking helpful eternal optimist world, would be demilitarizing the DMZ. Mines and fucking razor wire and fucking all that fun, happy horse shit. God damn it. Alright, let's fucking move to the Middle East. I'm not talking about North Korea for the rest of the fucking day. We're going to the Middle East. Because fuck yeah, that's why. So, ISIS. Alright, I'm just going to preface with this. I had an ex-girlfriend, and her name was ISIS, and she was a bitch. So I think that's, doubly why I hate fucking ISIS, because every time I say the name, I think about my ex, and my ex was a bitch. So, of course, ISIS declares war on rival Hamas with video execution. The extremist Islamic State group's branch in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula has taken a simmering dispute with the Palestinian Hamas group based in nearby Gaza to new levels, releasing a 22-minute video in which it calls on followers to attack the group and show the execution of a man it said was a collaborator. Okay, prefacing. I've seen the video. Holy fucking shit. There are these two fucking dudes rocking the old style ACUs, the fucking things that, camouflage only with fucking parking lots. Just sitting there yeah, we're bad. We're so bad. And then one of them, it's they're zipped all the way up to their necks. One of them has the collar entirely up. It's just bad. But then again, it's our old uniform. What the fuck do you expect? Doesn't look good on anyone. And then behind them, you have nothing but black clad. Get some Listen, man, your uniform is fucking black. Bro, you just look like shit, alright? I can't take you seriously when you got two dudes in ACUs and then everyone else is in fucking black or white. Come on, man. Have some respect. You're a terrorist organization. Get your guys in order. I mean, a couple of guys are wearing boots, a couple of guys are wearing fucking sandals. Where's your uniformity, man? You gotta have something similar to AR-670-1. Come on. Continuing on the article. Analysts say the escalation has potential to destabilize an already fragile security situation in Gaza. You fucking think? The Palestinian enclave that Hamas has controlled for the past decade. And I quote from the video. Never surrender to them. Use explosives, silenced pistols, and sticky bombs. Hey, remember, you got to file those tax stamps with the ATF before you get your silenced pistols. Bomb their courts and their security locations, for those are the pillars of tyranny that prop up its throne, says the knife-wielding narrator of the video, according to a translation distributed by the SITE intelligence group, which monitors extremist websites. The video cites Hamas' crackdown on Islamist militant groups in Gaza and their failure to prevent the U.S. recognition of... Okay, this is the part I don't understand. Their failure to prevent the U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital as reasons for attacking the group. What? How the fuck is Hamas going to prevent that? Well, you know... Hey, Hamas, what have you done lately to stop President Trump from saying anything that's on his fucking mind? Well, I'm glad you asked, the boss from fucking ISIS. We recently planned to take out Twitter Middle East. You do realize there's other Twitter offices? Fuck. How the fuck is they supposed to stop that? Someone explain to me the logic in that one. Jesus. Failure to prevent the U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. For fucking 23 years, that's been on our docket. The fuck were they supposed to do? Incite more terror? I mean, for fuck's sake. Hey, at least the video begins with our President Trump, making an announcement on Jerusalem. So, you know, I don't know, any media is good media. The confrontation between the two militant groups has been building for more than a year as Hamas has cracked down on Islamic State supporters in Gaza and hardened its border within the Sinai region in an attempt to repair relations with Egypt. Although it's considered a terrorist group by Israel and the United States, Hamas has been trying to mend ties with neighboring Egypt and the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, and analysts say it has tried to avoid direct confrontation with Israel in recent years, which is kind of true. The Islamic State in Sinai has an altogether more radical approach and carried out a recent attack on an Egyptian mosque that killed more than 300 people. In the video, it criticized Hamas for following in the footsteps of the disbelieving West. Hey, we've been going pretty strong, 200 plus years of rocking it, but whatever. The Islamic State probably lacks the reach into Gaza it would need to launch a large-scale attack, but it could encourage its supporters to launch more rockets into Israel, knowing that Israel's military will respond against Hamas, which it holds responsible for all military aggression from Gaza. Well, not fucking anymore! According to Mohammed Sabri, the author of Sinai, Egypt's Linchpin, Gaza's Lifeline, Israel's Nightmare. I mean, after this shit, if I was in the fucking Mossad, I'd be fucking, that's kind of true. Hamas has been trying not to instigate shit with us. They have been. And all of a sudden, ISIS kills one of these Hamas guys. And we're getting a shit ton of rockets launched at us. Huh. But then again, fucking Netanyahu's a fucking jackass who can't get his head out of his ass because he's so stuck up on, oh, well, the countries don't want to support me. Well, that's because you're a fucking idiot. And because you don't have Israel's best interests at heart, other than the Jerusalem thing. It achieves the same goal, says Mohammed Sabri, earlier regarding the launching rockets into ISIS, Israel responding against Hamas, etc. In the video, the man accused of collaborating with Hamas's military wing is executed by another who is described as a former member who has repented. A small spark may force one or both parties to engage in military confrontation, said Hani Habib, a Gaza-based political analyst. First of all, to that gentleman, Hani Habib, Jesus Christ, you have a fucking hard job. I can't even fucking imagine. I can't fucking imagine what it's like to be a political analyst in the fucking Gaza Strip. What the fuck is that like? Yes, my name is Hani Habib. I want to make sure, how do you feel about Israel? What? They launch rockets at us. Yeah, but we launch rockets first. You fucking infidel! Support the jihad! And then on the other end of the spectrum, hey, how do you feel about Hamas? Well, they launch rockets at Israel, my home country. but you launched rockets at us. What? You're an extremist. You support the jihad. Jesus fucking Christ, that guy can't win. He's probably sitting there every fucking night banging his head into his fucking coffee table, praying for death. Because he just can't win. I mean, for fuck's sake. ISIS declaring war on fucking Hamas. This should be fucking rich. ISIS, you can't even fucking declare war on the fucking West without Iraq. Iraq is spanking your ass. Syria is playing games with you. I mean, the whole world doesn't like you. And everyone's just, oh, look, it's ISIS. It's like that fucking meme with the puppy. It's like, oh, he's so cute. Fucking 101st Airborne is still airborne. Oh, look, the puppy's retarded. That's what ISIS is. No, the 101st Airborne is not airborne, sir. That's all I know that. I was fucking there. But still, it's just fucking... They're the retarded puppy of terrorist organizations. They just... I don't... It's like they're fucking stunted. Hey, this group could really further our fucking goals and means. Let's declare war on them. That is the greatest fucking idea you've had, fucking Muhammad. I fucking know. Isn't that right, Abbas? That's fucking great. Hey, how's our fucking war going in Iraq? How are we taking down the West today? Well, we declared war on Hamas. Wait a minute. They're not in the West. Yeah, but they're turning towards the West. You can at least acknowledge there's a different level of jihad here. I mean, you've got fucking slitting throats of your fellow jihadists, and then you have fucking, trying to establish peace for your region jihad, I don't know, is that too optimistic? Do I know any Hamas? Not yet. My luck, I'll probably run into one at some point. I got the worst fucking luck in the world, guys. With my luck, I probably fucking interacted with one at some point. Fucking here in Nashville. Okay, but anyway, moving on. So, Hamas is getting hunted by fucking ISIS, and then Hamas turns around and says no prisoner exchange talks are taking place with Israel. What? Bitch, please, you're about to get hunted by two fucking organizations that will do anything to fucking destroy you, and you ain't gonna fucking exchange prisoners with Israel? Let's hear the fucking article. Hamas spokesman Musa Abu Marzouk on Thursday revealed that no talks were currently underway for a prisoner exchange with Israel, saying that the conditions of the 2011 Shalit deal had still not been fulfilled by Israel. He added that no deal could take place until Israel fulfills its commitments, referring to a 2001 deal which saw the release of captured IDF soldiers, Gilad Shalit, in exchange for release of 1,027 Palestinian prisoners. That's a lot of fucking people for one guy. According to Israel's Army radio, Marzouk stated that Hamas demands the release of the prisoners promised in the deal before talks can begin over the release of the deceased bodies of 2 IDF soldiers and 3 Israeli civilians, held by the ruling Islamic militant group in the Gaza Strip for several years. A large majority of the prisoners released in the Shalit deal have since been arrested again by Israel's security forces. Hamas has long been demanding their re-release. No! You don't get their re-release. They were released once as part of the deal, and then they fucked up and did stupid shit again, and then got captured fucking again. Can you just imagine being one of those fucking dudes that got released and then fucking caught? It's just, what? How the fuck do you expect negotiations to work, Hamas? Hey, yo, Israel. My fucking bro, Muhammad. Yeah, I know he launched a fucking, he tried bombing the fucking temple in Jerusalem. I know, we want him released. And in exchange, we're going to give you these bodies. Okay. And then about a couple weeks later, oh, Muhammad, it's so good for you to be back. Listen, hey, buddy, take a few days off. Go head down to the Mediterranean, get a tan, go relax, come back all refreshed and ready to go to work. But what kind of work are you going to have me do? Don't you worry about it. It's going to be fine. 3 days later, he's back in fucking Israel control. Hey, we want our boy Muhammad back. Yeah, we know he fucking tried bombing the fucking, that checkpoint in between Israel and the Gaza Strip. But he's part of that deal. No, you don't get fucking second chances. They released him once. The fuck did you expect was going to happen if they caught him again? Oh, well, repeat fucking offender. Let's just keep him in jail. Jesus fucking Christ. The Gaza-based terror group is holding the remains of IDF soldiers Oran Shaul and Hadar Goldin, who the army says were killed during the 2014 summer conflict with Gaza. Hamas claims Shaul is alive and in captivity. Last year, Hamas announced that it was negotiating a prisoner exchange with Israel, but an Israeli official said Hamas had turned down a proposed prisoner and hostage swap deal 1 month later. Hamas is believed to be holding the bodies of 2 Israeli soldiers killed in the 2014 conflict, Oran Shaul and Hadar Goldin. In addition, Avira Mengistu crossed into Gaza in September 2014 during what his family said was a time of acute mental ill health. 2 Bedouin citizens of Israel, Hashim al-Said and Juma Abu Ghanima, are also believed to be in the coastal enclave. Ghanima has not been heard from since he was spotted entering the blockaded strip in July of 2016. You just fucking... To your fucking southwest is fucking ISIS that's coming in from Egypt to fuck your world up. And then to your north, you've got Israel that you've already tried screwing on a fucking deal. You know what? At this point, fucking ISIS, kudos to you. Hunt Hamas. If you can competently kill Hamas, you've at least proven you're competent at fucking something. Because you sure as shit ain't competent at fucking terrorism. Fuck. Fuck, man. I mean, what is it? If ISIS is competent at fucking hunting, like, other terrorist organizations, Hamas, Al-Qaeda, etc., 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 then fuck it. Let's just egg on ISIS to fucking take them all down. Can you just imagine? Hey, ISIS. Hey. Yeah, you see those guys over there? See Al-Qaeda? We've been fighting them for the past 14 years? Yeah. We've also been secretly supplying them money and weapons. Well, holy fucking shit, we have to go destroy Al-Qaeda. They're fucking infidel supporters. Ugh. That would just be fucking great. ISIS is actually good at something, hunting down terrorist organizations. Oh, the fucking irony. The CIA is ISIS, dork. Yeah, you're goddamn right, I'm a dork. Wait, what? CIA is ISIS? I don't know who said that. Don your tinfoil hats, everybody. Here we go. D-Max, how is the CIA ISIS? Explain to me how the Central Intelligence Agency is ISIS. That's the part that I'm now a little confused with, because didn't a couple Americans get killed? I mean, I don't think the CIA's job is to kill Americans. Tinfoil! We need the tinfoil. Honey, I need the tinfoil! She's currently in the back of the taco truck. Gets lonely out on the road. But she has a massage table, so, you know, she can contribute to the finances. Anyway, so of course, Hamas is fucked. And then, let's go a step fucking further with Israel. Israel to illegal African immigrants. Accept a free ticket home or go to prison. See, this is why I like Israel. Because all the policies that we keep trying to fucking enact, Israel's like, no, fuck it, we're just doing it. Fuck it, we're doing it live. That's how we're fucking doing it here in Israel. The Israeli government said Wednesday that it would pay thousands of African migrants living in the country illegally to return to their home countries, warning that they face jail time if they don't leave by spring of 2018. Details of the plan were outlined by Israel's Interior Minister, Ari Deri, and the Public Security Minister, Gilad Erdan. Illegal immigrants in Israel have 2 options only: voluntary deportation or sitting in prison, the minister said. Under the repatriation plan, Israel will offer the migrants $3,500 payments and free airline tickets to return home or to third countries like Rwanda or Uganda. After March, the government will begin to detain remaining illegal immigrants. And unless you have a pending asylum application, you're going to fucking jail. Beyond the end of March, those who leave voluntarily will receive a significantly smaller payment that will shrink even more with time, and enforcement measures will begin, an Israeli immigration official said, according to Reuters. before Israel completed a barrier along its border with Egypt in 2013. About 60,000 African migrants, mostly from Sudan and Eritrea, crossed the desert frontier and settled in the Tel Aviv area. Many of the illegal immigrants say they fled violence and persecution, but Israel treats them as economic migrants. About 38,000 African migrants are still living illegally in Israel as of this year, immigration officials say. Okay, hold the fucking phone there. We're going to pause. Almighty Google. Approximately how many illegal immigrants are in the United States? Fear my mechanical keyboard. Okay. 11.7 million. Okay, so Israel for 38,000 illegal immigrants. Take the money or go to fucking jail. Holy fuck! We have 11.7 million approximately. And Israel with 38,000 is going, take the money and leave or go to fucking jail. Why? Why can't we have that policy here in the States? If you're here legally, take the money and go home or fucking disappear. I don't know what the hell's going on with my phone, guys. We will get that fixed as soon as humanly possible. I don't know what's going on with the phone. Let me try, yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. D-Max, stand by. D-Max, I'm calling you. D-Max, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What's up?
Well, I was going to talk to you about the Israel and the CIA and.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I want to hear this. How is Israel? How is ISIS the CIA?
You want to know my opinion?
You're goddamn right. I want your opinion.
You might as well do a disclaimer real quick.
Disclaimer: This opinion is only D-Max's opinion.
Yes. So basically, like, we've been in Iraq for 10 years before, and then all of a sudden ISIS comes up. And now all of a sudden, all the clans are fighting each other. Al-Qaeda wants to kill ISIS. Al-Qaeda is no longer even focusing on the U.S. troops. We don't have a single thing to do there.
All right.
So if I was a battle planner and a analyst, what would I do? I would create an organization, fund them, and then propaganda them to fight the other clans. So they sit there and battle it out, and we just sit back and watch.
And that's completely. I completely can see the logic of that. I mean, we have done that historically during the East versus West Cold War. We did that. We propagated organizations and funded them to fight communism. But with ISIS, ISIS is where I have an issue because ISIS came from Al Qaeda. ISIS was originally a sect in Al Qaeda.
Yeah,
and
that's the other issue I have. It's around the same time ISIS came out that Bergdahl went missing.
So what you're saying? Ooh, I like that. Tinfoil hats on, everyone.
He got exonerated.
That. Okay, all right. He didn't get exonerated.
Well, he got basically.
No. He still was. He was found guilty.
He was found guilty, but he
didn't get prison sentence. And that's
he was still found guilty. Is that, in my opinion, I think he took a bullet.
You think he was the Oliver North, like with the Iran Contra? You think it was the Ollie North with the with helping create ISIS? I can see that. That is entirely possible. That is entirely possible.
That's what I've always thought.
I mean, yeah, Patsy, as Spencer's saying in the chat, that is possible. That could have happened. That is actually, fuck. I need more tinfoil, woman. I mean, that's... Shit, hold on. I gotta check out the blinds and load up the 30-30 and the 50 cal. That's actually very plausible, D-Max.
When I come up with weird theories, that kind of makes sense.
Hey man, I appreciate the theory, dude. We're gonna keep talking about that, but I'm gonna rotate out. I'm gonna try to get Spencer in here, okay, brother?
All
right, man. Hey,
we'll
thanks. We'll keep talking about that, man.
Just saying your phones weren't working.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed as soon as humanly possible, D-Max.
All right, talk to you later.
Talk to you later, brother. Hey, Spencer, real quick, just zap me a message on Skype. All right, zap me a message on Skype, to the station, and I'll get you on ASAP. But yeah, that's actually a brilliant point D-Max brings up, and I appreciate it. You know, what if, and get stock at Costco, tinfoil is getting sold out. Fuck yeah, tinfoil's getting sold out. Jose's Taco Truck with your latest conspiracy theories. But yeah, fucking, what if ISIS, which was a sect of Al-Qaeda, what if ISIS was spurred on into action by Bergdahl? What if he was a CIA sleeper agent in the U.S. Army? Ooh, that'd be some cool documents to see in 60, 70 years. Oh yeah, take your time, Spencer. Don't stress it. I'll get you on here. I always appreciate you guys calling in. And if you try to call in and it goes straight to voicemail or something, please take the moment, zap me a message on the Skype. I will call you back, and we'll get you on here. I think that's the easiest workaround, and I apologize for the extra steps. But yeah, I mean, with the immigration thing, 38 fucking thousand people, and Israel's like, no, fuck you, leave or go to jail. We have 11.7 million approximately, and that number fluctuates a little bit, but it's generally stayed around 11.7 million for the past couple of years. And what the fuck are we doing? Sanctuary cities, where local law enforcement will not enforce on the same level as federal. Fuck you, Jerry Brown. Fuck you, Como. We don't need sanctuary cities. Either make them citizens, get them to become citizens, which is what I think a sanctuary city should be. A stepping stone to becoming a citizen, which I think is, I mean, the common sense thing here. You know, the fucking superpower is instead of making it to where they're immune from the fucking, the local law enforcement won't support the federal for dealing with deportation issues. The common sense thing here would be, instead of that, fucking, if you want to come to the United States, you go to one of these cities, to a sanctuary city, you have your green card, you have your visas. It's easier to renew your visa if you're residing in that city. It's easier to do that, and they start prepping you to become an American citizen. That would make a hell of a lot more sense than, don't worry about San Francisco PD. They're not going to deport you. Everything's fine. I got a friend of mine that I play with online. He's a cop in San Diego, and oh my fucking God. He never talks about work, but you can hear about the frustration. You can feel it when he speaks. All right, back to the article. 30,000 immigrants living illegally in Israel this year. Israel has granted asylum to fewer than 1% of those who have applied, with the aim of getting most of the migrants to return to their home countries. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has characterized the resettlement of African migrants in Israel as harmful to the country's Jewish character and social cohesion. I fucking hate you, Netanyahu. Jews are we're fucking migrants ourselves, alright, dude? You're a fucking idiot. It's not harmful to the Jewish character. Social cohesion, I could see, but Jewish character, not so much. Stop talking out your ass, you fucking idiot. In public remarks to his cabinet about the repatriation plan, Netanyahu said, "The government is keeping our promise to restore calm, a sense of personal security and law and order to residents in South Tel Aviv, where many of the African migrants live. We've expelled about 20,000, and now the mission is to get the rest out," he said, according to Reuters. Human rights groups are criticizing the Israeli government's deportation plan, arguing that third countries like Rwanda and Uganda are not safe destinations for the migrants. They are forced to continue their lives as refugees, a coalition of rights groups, including Amnesty International Israel and the Association for Civil Rights in Israel, said in a joint statement. Few of them succeed in surviving the journey and arrive in the end to a safe haven. The expulsion of Rwanda endangers the very lives of these refugees. Do we remember at some point we used to call Africa the dark continent, and not for the reason you're thinking, but because you could disappear in Africa and it's a very dangerous fucking continent. You know, it's one of those things that it's pretty hard to live there. I get it. If shit's going down, there's constant warring tribes, there's warlords, there's militias, there's shit going down all over Africa. But for fuck's sake, it's not that hard to teach somebody how to shoot. These fucking warlords are training 8-year-olds to fucking shoot. We talked about it a few weeks ago, how this one kid who was a prior child soldier went back to soldiering because the schools that were set up were not fucking adequate. And we're not going to prepare him for a future. So he figured he'd do an enlistment with a warlord, make some money, and get a retirement. I mean, for fuck's sake. Majority will definitely outweigh these small-ass fucking groups. And then, of course, you have Boko Haram, and then the ISIS groups that are in fucking... the terrorist groups in ISIS that's in fucking Africa, and all that other fun happy horse shit. And just for fuck's sake. God damn it, we need fucking Zimbabwe. We need fucking Rhodesia 2.0. Alright? I can't fucking wait, because then at least in Africa we'll have some fucking common sense again. Wasn't perfect, but it fucking worked. Alright, who wants to hear a fucking laugh? Alright, so I am a fan. I am a huge fucking fan. That's racist. Whatever. I ain't racist. But who's gonna go and change the schools? I don't know. Fuck it, I don't care. I don't. All I care about is that Israel's willing to deport 38,000 people or put them in fucking prison. We can't even fucking get our heads out our ass over what fucking color the wall across the border of Mexico and the U.S., which in my opinion is fucking retarded, but we can't even get fucking decide what color the fucking wall is going to be. Let alone what to do with fucking illegal immigration. Fucking A. 38,000 people are being treated like they're fucking hundreds of millions. Just like, get the fuck out! Meanwhile, here in the U.S., don't worry, we have safe spaces at University of Berkeley. Come here, it'll be okay. No habla inglés? Don't worry about it. It's okay. Fuck! Yeah, I'll be at minus an arm or an eye. Hell yeah, Spencer, you're absolutely right. He didn't need those things to begin with. Let's pop over into the Mixer chat. I've been heavily favoring the Facebook. I'm sorry about that, Mixer people. What's been going down, my Mixer friends? Nothing. What's up, Drunk Masters? Why are you posting your link in my Mixer? Whatever. I don't give a shit. Anyway. Fucking Israel is fucking going ham. Meanwhile, in fucking Europe... Alright, so there's a movie series I love. I watched the originals. I watched the new ones. I love it. It's Ocean's 11. Love that series. I loved it with Nino and Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis. I loved it. Loved the new one, George Clooney and Brad Pitt. And Bernie Mac. So, of course, jewels stolen from Venice exhibition in brazen daytime heist. And holy fucking shit. This is like, there is not a single centimeter on the hilt of this sword that isn't encrusted in gold or jewels. In a plot worthy of a Hollywood heist caper, thieves mingled in with visitors to an exhibition in Venice on Wednesday before brazenly making off with gems worth millions in euros. The working theory being developed by investigating officers suggests that at least 2 people entered the Doge's Palace, a popular tourist spot in the Canal City where a selection of Indian jewelry from the Qatari royal collection was on display to the public. One suspect acted as a lookout while others grabbed jewels from the display cases, police believe. They also suspect a larger gang may have been operating with the pair as the museum's alarm system wasn't triggered until the thieves were making their escape. Venice told CNN that the stolen items were a pair of earrings and a brooch made of diamonds, gold, and platinum. The pieces, owned by Sheikh Hamad bin Abdullah Al Thani, were snatched in the bold daytime robbery on the last day of the exhibit. We are certainly dealing with very skilled professionals who got away with it, even though the building and the rooms were kitted out with very advanced technological systems. Venice Police Commissioner Vito Gagliardi, I hope I pronounced that right, told Reuters. Gagliardi said the jewels had a customs value of 30,000 euros, around $31,000, but told Reuters that the actual worth is more like a few million euros. A Venice police spokesman told CNN that the stolen pieces were of great value but would not provide an exact estimate of their worth. Well, I mean, a few million euros, that's going to keep some people pretty happy for a couple of decades. The spokesman added that authorities arrived on the scene at 10:17 a.m., 3:17 a.m. Eastern Time, on Wednesday after being alerted by the head of security who told them some jewels had gone missing. I wonder what this time frame was. Let's see. 10:17 a.m. Well, normally these things open up at 9 a.m., so an hour and 17 minutes after opening. And we're going to assume that opening was at 9, that the exhibit opened at 9. An hour and 17 minutes, and they managed to get away with with a pair of earrings and a brooch made of diamonds, gold, and platinum. Holy fucking shit. First of all, good luck getting out. First of all, hats off to you for fucking an amazing heist. You had an hour and 17 minutes. Holy shit. And second of all, good luck getting out of the fucking country. I don't know who this the owner is, Sheikh Hamad bin Abdullah Al Thani, but the word sheikh makes me go, oh fuck, he's got money to burn. He's going to be hiring some people to hunt you down. You're going to be running for a long time. I hope to God Bora Bora or fucking Bermuda looks fucking good this time of year to you, because that's probably the only place you're going to be able to fucking disappear. I mean, shit. I mean, and it's not like these are some small fucking... No, these things are... Every single inch of it is covered in diamonds and gemstones and gold and platinum, and they shine 30 different colors, and holy fucking shit. Just ridiculous. Now, the objects were described as recently made and of marginal value compared to other jewels of greater historical value. So, what does that scream to me as the little inner criminal that I am? They knew what the fuck they were going for. Oh, man. Broach. Roger, Chris. Oh, man. Nah, go to Thailand. Fuck Thailand. Fuck Thailand. These guys knew what the fuck they were doing. They didn't go after the fucking historical ones. They went after the newer made. They went after the ones that are not going to be as pursued as heavily, that are not going to be as worth as much. You know, that, you know, the collector can just be like, okay, well, you know, it's not a big fucking deal. They're only made in 1896, not in 1741. And yes, I have seen the promos for Bright, but I have not watched it. I'm probably going to watch Bright with my wife tomorrow for pizza night. Because, fuck yeah. Oh, man. It's already been an hour. I covered all my world stories. Everything that's going on in the fucking rest of the world. It's okay. Next up, we got fucking Governor Cuomo, Jeff Sessions, President Trump again, and Steve Bannon. And a slew of other things. Because, yay! We're going to talk about the United States next hour. Only here at WTF Nation Radio on Jose's Taco Truck. Yay! Actually, we're going to go cut for a short break. We're going to take about 10 minutes. Take a quick break, and then we'll come back, refresh at the top of the hour. So everyone, get your coffee cups, get your whiskey, get your Kahlua, and come back here just a little bit after the hour, and we will be talking about things going on here in the United States, only on WTF Nation Radio. And as always, shots.
WTF Nation Radio. Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, and we're back, Nation, at Jose's Taco Truck, driving around in circles outside the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. Real quick, I got some throwaways, and then we're going to get into some hot stuff. Real quick, Powerball and Mega Millions. They're pretty fucking big. If you haven't bought a ticket, I would do so now. Saturday's Powerball is 550 million, and Mega Millions is 418 million. I'm buying the ticket. Fuck it. To pay for all my fucking child custody bullshit. Anyway, moving on. Going to Colorado. First things first. An Amber Alert has been canceled in Colorado. The two girls that were the subject of the Amber Alert are found safe, and the suspect was arrested. The suspect is Terry Miles. And Liliana's Victoria Cake Griffith and Lulu Violeta Mariposo Bandera Margaret, 14 and 7 respectively, were last seen on Saturday, December 30th. And their mother was found dead in a home in Round Rock, Texas, and the girls disappeared. Miles kidnapped them. And Wednesday night, a deputy in Trinidad spotted the gray 2017 Honda Accent that Miles was believed to be driving. And the deputy stopped the car and arrested Miles without a struggle. So, that's it's a pretty good news. But that is not what I want to talk to you about Colorado. See, that was reported by CBS Denver, and it's just a happy byproduct of this. So, as we know, over the new year, we had a gentleman shoot up some of our brothers and sisters in blue. And just before that, he was recording himself live. Matthew Reel, 37, recorded several live videos with profanity and nonsensical ramblings. And on the second video, he complained about his roommate before calling police and announcing the roommate verbally abused him. And I quote, "I'm sorry, maybe I bought over 1,000 rounds of ammunition at Walmart. It's not illegal, so if anyone bothers me, that's why I have a couple scotches," the gunman said while live on the app. Matt, I thought we were lovers. Are you kicking me out? I thought we had a relationship. Are you kicking me out tonight, Matthew? I thought we had something going, the two of us, Matthew. Are you kicking me out now after you used me up? This is to the gunman. I'll murder you in self-defense. Self-defense, Matthew. Don't be crazy now. Go to bed. Thought we had a relationship, Matthew. What's going on? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used the M word, but I'm so angry. I'm so angry, Matthew. Reel then called 911 and reported a fight with his roommate. But the roommate had already made a call himself to report the same incident, according to Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock. Given the second call by Reel, authorities considered it a mental health issue. Now we have a video. We have two videos. I'm going to play them both. I have not watched either of these, so I'm watching them live with you. You're going to hear the audio, and I'll kill it if anything pops up that is to cross the threshold. Let's get this first one going.
All right, so I guess excuse me, having some audio difficulties. Part of it is, I was talking about the University of Wyoming College of Law and that pathetic little baby, a state-run piece of garbage. It's pretty pathetic if you think about it. I mean, New York Times, right? If you saw the article about Socrates, and I was there when that all happened. You talk about just like a miserable sham, a sham of it. Like, it's not even an education. It's hypnosis. And in the other video that I was trying to get done, and I realized that I'm having the worst time with Windows 10 too. It's just everybody knows this is like this. It intentionally doesn't work. I get buzzing. Another subject. Let's get back to UW law. Well, what I was really going after were the three fakes, the three phony pseudo-intellectuals at the University of Wyoming College of Law that I have the distinct displeasure of dealing with. This royal triumvirate of retarded, well, not retarded.
This guy needs a better fucking microphone. He's just looking at his fucking camera.
You know, but stupid. They're just stupid. And they're hypnotists, right? They're hypnotists. Mike Smith won. According to Koski, current Koski. What happened to your dad, Koski? Current Koski doesn't remember anything about this Mike Smith guy. So at the time, they were like passing him off as some sort of noted cognitive scientist and rhetoric, whatever, the total bullshitter. Didn't know what he's talking about. These dummy little fingers. Right?
I can't understand a goddamn word this dude is saying. Just can't fucking understand a damn thing he's saying. But we have the 911 call, and we're going to play that as well.
A large portion of our coverage in the long term will be focused on the victims of that shooting at the advice of social scientists and law enforcement. In the short term, though, we will also examine what we know about the shooter and what led up to his actions. Matthew Real documented his call to 911, asking deputies come help him. The videos he shared on Periscope also show him answering the door to the Douglas County deputies when they responded. 9 months to know investigator Anastasia Bolton joins us now. And Anastasia, Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock told you he does know about these videos.
Kim, and Sheriff Spurlock says he hasn't personally seen the videos.
I'm sorry, yeah, maybe.
Response.
Good sketch. Have nice guns.
Here we go. This is right in the right after the I bought 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
Did I defend myself? Wouldn't hurt anybody, but for to defend myself.
Matthew Real's Periscope broadcast Sunday night appears to be a rambling,
Know where you are at all times.
often nonsensical rant about life.
I'm sorry, yeah, maybe I bought over 1,000 rounds of ammunition at one. It's not illegal. So if anybody bothers me, that's why I've had a couple scotches. It's on scope.
We see him calling 911 on his roommate.
I'm on County Line Road, what is it, 3404, I'm sorry. I'm on 3404 East County Line Road, apartment number 24. This guy invited me to his house. He was like kind of like moving, and that he like totally freaked out on me. And he was coming at me, and okay, I'm worried about his health. He didn't know what year it was. He's like, you know what time? He's like, I know, yes. I gave him the time, but he didn't know what year it was. And he kept coming at me, and I put a laser in his eye because I appeared for my health and my safety. I do have some weapons. I own firearms. I have been, I've had some scotch. Like well, first thing I went to the bottle. I've been on my Periscope, just doing my thing.
Yeah, he was definitely high on. He wasn't high. He was drunk. He was taking a couple scotches. There's no call for that, fucking D-Max. But yeah, he was intoxicated heavily. And here's the part that disturbs me. Is that this 911 call, he told them he had weapons. And then later, police showed up and a shooting happened. And I am trolling through Periscope to try to find the video of him answering the door and the shots fired. And when I find that, I'll show it to you guys. But the minute that something got called in at the same address, these previous fucking calls should have been notified. I don't know if they were, but they should have been notified. Because neither party here appears to be all there. All 100% there. And that's... I spoke of 2018 of, the fear of this becoming a trend. I spoke on Monday about becoming a trend. The trend that I'm seeing more and more, especially in the past 6-8 months, is that these people are live streaming. They are live on Periscope, on YouTube, on Facebook, just before they do it. So what Greg Cloud said on Monday holds a lot of merit and weight about anyone wants to be famous. You know? Now, it does need to be said that prior to this happening, he did manage to escape from a VA due to some mental health things. And I'm pulling up that that article right now. He escaped from the VA hospital in 2014 after being held for a psychotic episode. He was there for a multi-week stay for a psychotic episode, according to a news report provided to Congress by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. One-page document obtained by the Denver Post on January 2nd does not detail the nature of the psychotic episode or how Matthew Reel escaped from the Veterans Facility in Wyoming and was apprehended. But it does show a pattern of mental illness that began to plague Reel, an Iraq War veteran and lawyer, as recently as April of 2014. That month, he was hospitalized at a VA facility in Sheridan, Wyoming, and admitted to another veterans center in Rawlins. Officers of Security and Law Enforcement reports that during the inpatient stay in April 2014, the veteran escaped, eloped from the mental health ward, and was located and brought back and placed on a 72-hour mental health hold, noted the report. It was not immediately clear which VA facility Reel escaped. After that episode, Reel had an urgent contact from mental health on July 22, 2015, another mental health assessment on August 26, 2015. He skipped a November 3, 2015 appointment. So not only was he a shooter, and he killed cops, which is a deplorable thing, but he was one of ours. He was an Army vet. And I want to know, part of me wants to know why he did it, which we'll never know, he's dead. Part of me wants to know what was plaguing him, and part of me wants to know if the VA failed him in some way. There's no party here solely responsible for this. You know, multiple years, 4 years here, 3 years from time of incident. And he was having mental health issues. How come the VA how come the VA wasn't able to help him further? What? Yeah, it says he skipped his November 3rd appointment and was called in August 2016 to reschedule an internal medicine clinic, but he declined. He did graduate with a law degree from the University of Wyoming in 2010 and joined a law firm. He opened his own practice 4 years later. By October 2016, he had withdrawn his membership in the Wyoming State Bar. I want to know what happened. And furthermore, guys, to my extended military family, something happens, call anyone. If you're in, call your first sergeant. Call your fucking CO if you have to. If you need to get through to talk to someone, call someone. That's why they have the fucking call sheets. But call someone, especially if you're starting to feel overwhelmed or drowning or whatever. Call somebody. And DMAX, any police calls in your state do not get an automatic SWAT response. And yeah, I see it, because the VA cures us with over medication, then drops us. Great. But it's not solely the VA's fault. It's not solely the shooter's fault. There's multiple levels of failure here. The point of me bringing up the Colorado shooter is please reach out and talk. You never know how much just reaching out and going out for a beer can do for somebody. That being said, someone reach out. Let's go out for a beer. I'm kidding. So moving forward, we're going to get into some more angst. Sorry about that. It's just a important thing that needs to be addressed here. But so as we know, all up and down the eastern seaboard, we have some cold weather. So Baltimore closes public schools, and here's the key word, after the students sat in cold classrooms. As temperatures plunged across the East Coast, photos emerged this week of Baltimore students wearing coats, hats, and gloves inside frigid classrooms, igniting criticism from parents and others who wondered why these classes weren't canceled. Photos spreading virally online show children bundled up in Baltimore schools where heating systems weren't keeping up with the weather. The school system closed 4 schools and dismissed students early at 2 others Wednesday, and closed all schools Thursday as low temperatures persisted citywide. Former NFL linebacker Aaron Mabin, a Baltimore native who now teaches in the city, says his first aid kit thermometer showed it was 40 degrees in his classroom Wednesday at Matthew A. Henson Elementary School. In an elementary school! So to my family over in Baltimore, I would walk into the school, I would make sure it's bearable and safe for your children to go to school now. Never thought I'd ever have to say that. But Jesus Christ, Baltimore. You can't even riot properly. You can't even destroy the Navient building. You can't even run your schools properly. Way to go, Baltimore. Here's what the school system says happened Wednesday. Outdoor temperatures were typically winter-like, single digits in the morning, upper 20s and lower 30s later. That continued a 2-week run of chilly air, putting an extra strain on the school's heating system. Baltimore City Public Schools CEO Dr. Sanja Santelices said in a Facebook Live video. Heating issues emerged as part of boilers broke and pipes burst in some schools, she said, adding that drafts from leaky windows and generally old conditions of our buildings contributed. About 60 schools, about 1/3 of the school system, reported heating issues during the school day. Maintenance teams resolved many of the issues during the day, Santelices said. Nothing in the city, including me, wants folks sitting around in coats and mittens all day, Santelices said. Yeah, but you had elementary school age kids sitting in a classroom at 40 degrees. Half the lights in the building were off and it was freezing. Mabin, the teacher and former NFL player, posted a series of tweets criticizing the school district. It's really ridiculous the kind of environment we place our children into and expect them to get an education. I got 2 classes in one room, kids are freezing, lights are off, no computers. We're doing our best, but our kids don't deserve this. And it's goddamn right. That is absolutely horrifying. Spencer, like I said, if you're going to call in, feel free. If you can get through, if you go straight to voicemail, zap me a message on Skype, and I will call you back. That's absolutely horrible. A teacher who didn't want to be named told WJZ, an affiliate to CNN, that his colleagues were bringing space heaters to classrooms and passing around caulk trying to block out the cold air. One photo posted on social media showed 62 degrees Fahrenheit inside a classroom. If you go out on the hallway, you could see your breath. The fuck is going on in Baltimore? The union wants schools to close for the week. The Baltimore Teachers Union urged the city to close all of its schools for the rest of the week until the facilities crew has had time to properly assess and fix the heating issues within the affected schools. Our educators have been forced to endure teaching in classrooms with dangerously low temperatures, instructing students who have been forced to try to learn bundled up in coats, hats, and gloves, wrote Union President Marietta English in a letter to Santelices. Your expectation that our members and the children that they teach endure bursting boilers, drafty windows, frigid temperatures in classrooms, and risk getting sick in these less than ideal conditions is utterly ridiculous, she wrote to the school CEO. Fuck, man. Baltimore, you just can't get your shit straight. Ever. Just shoot it up. Can't riot properly and take out a corrupt loan institution. And now you can't even keep our kids warm when they go to class. That's why I'm never visiting Baltimore. I'm never getting any of my tourism dollars. Fuck them. I'd rather spend it in Gatlinburg or I'd rather go to Los Angeles and spend my money. I'd rather give my money to sanctuary cities than give it to a city that can't keep their schools warm so the kids can get proper education in safety and comfort. But then again, common sense. Moving on with the lovely winter weather. In New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo declared a state of emergency for all downstate New York on Thursday, as Winter Storm Grayson walloped the area. Unless it is essential for you to be out on the roads, you should not be, the governor said, it becomes a question of common sense for New Yorkers. Oh God, I'm so sorry. You're going to get ripped apart for that one. Cuomo added that those needing to brave the storm should know that they are putting themselves and others at risk in the extreme weather conditions. He warned that the late afternoon rush hour would be more problematic than the morning commute, as gusty winds and general conditions were expected to worsen later in the day. And my favorite thing is a bomb cyclone. A lot of people, my wife's from New Hampshire, and she's talking about how there's one of our friends from New York who lives in Long Island is talking about how it's snowing and there's thunder and there's lightning and oh my God, I've never seen this before. And my wife from New Hampshire's like, this is the coolest shit ever. It's fucking happens all the time up north for us because we get buried under 60 years of snow. It's really, really cool. But if you want to experience this outstanding natural phenomenon, please do it safely. Bundle up. Don't be an idiot. Don't be like me, who went when I was fucking 6 years old, living in Massapequa, Long Island, New York, runs out in the middle of a snowstorm, fucking butt-ass naked. And yes, I had a good reason. My grandma came over. You don't wear pajama pants, D-Max. That sucks. I'm wearing pajamas right now. It's freezing here. It's freezing here in Tennessee. But anyway, moving on. Who wants to talk about marijuana? Yeah, we're going to talk about that good green kush. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is rescinding Obama-era directive for feds to back off marijuana enforcement in states with legal pot. I can hear Jason and Charlie. I can hear them from where I am at doing the Darth Vader. No! Because here's the harsh reality. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is rescinding an Obama-era directive that discouraged law enforcement of federal marijuana laws in states that had legalized the substance, according to people familiar with the decision. This move potentially paves the way for the federal government to crack down on the burgeoning pot industry, though the precise impact remains to be seen. Marijuana already was illegal under U.S. law, even as federal prosecutors have been advised against bringing cases involving it in states that approved its use and sales. This is, once again, the conflict between state and federal. Pardon me. The people who described Jeff Sessions' decision, first reported by the Associated Press, spoke on the condition of anonymity. A formal announcement was expected later today. 8 states and the District of Columbia have laws allowing for personal pot consumption, according to NORML, a group which advocates legalization and tracks pot-related legislation. Sessions' Justice Department has long taken a hardline stance against marijuana, even effectively blocking the Drug Enforcement Administration from taking action on more than 24 requests to grow marijuana to use in research. Sessions has said in the past they do not believe marijuana should be legalized, even suggesting at an appearance last year that medical marijuana had been hyped maybe too much. He and top Justice Department officials had long been reviewing the 2013 guidance from Deputy Attorney James Cole, directing federal prosecutors to effectively back off marijuana enforcement in states that legalized the substance and had a system in place to regulate it. Okay, I'm just going to fucking say it. You heard me. I talk a lot about Rex Tillerson. I talk a lot about fucking President Trump. But if there's one person on that administration that I have no love for, period, end fucking quote, it is this old ass back-minded motherfucker, Jeff Sessions. Because there ain't nothing wrong in taking pride of where you're from. There ain't nothing wrong in holding true to your ideals. There is something wrong when you take your fucking ideals and force them and shove them down the throats of everyone fucking else. I didn't fucking like him when he was a goddamn senator, and I sure as shit don't like him as the Attorney General. Because here's the thing with marijuana, and I'm gonna be fucking blunt about it, pun intended. Marijuana is not a fucking problem. It only becomes a problem when you make it a problem. It's a goddamn plant. And like tobacco, you can smoke it. The only time pot becomes a problem is when people make it a problem. So of course, for example, with California on the 1st of 2018, they were expecting, approximately 40 to 50% increase in sales from recreational people buying for recreational use. That number, after the past couple of days, has gone up initially on the first to 60%, then to 70%, and it's just gone steadily up of people wanting to buy pot. Oh, I can legally have this much. I can legally smoke this much. Okay, great. And people do. And people did. And here's the thing. It's getting taxed. And it's getting cycled into the state economy. And just like Colorado, and just like Oregon, oh my God, that's going to go into schools. That's going to go into infrastructure. Much needed infrastructure in Los Angeles. That's going to go into several different state funds. All that money is going to eventually recycle its way back into the state. Now, imagine, because there is such a thing as sin taxes. There's a sin tax on alcohol. There's a sin tax on cigarettes. There's a sin tax on gambling. Granted, it's taken by the IRS, but whatever. There are sin taxes. Imagine how much money the United States government would make if they legalized marijuana, and how much more they would save if the only time they had to worry about criminalization in the courts with marijuana was when someone got a DUI. Prosecutors wouldn't be overburdened with mandatory minimums. Judges wouldn't be forced to use mandatory minimums in the states where those apply. You can eliminate a lot of fucking repeat offenders that are repeat offenders of having marijuana. It's just a fucking plant. Fuck it. Who cares? Go smoke. I will not fucking lie, nation. When I was a fucking teenager, my junior year, my senior year, and when I was 19, I smoked weed. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I had a bad high. I stopped smoking after that. I didn't want to smoke anymore. I outgrew it. It just was, I was done. You know, I have no need for marijuana in my life right now. On the other end of the spectrum, my wife is a survivor from Lyme disease. A very, 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 very severe condition for her. Shut down nervous system. Shut down a whole bunch of other things. She's lost feeling. She's lost the use of nerves in some parts of her body. She's a massage therapist now. Guess what? It hurts some days for her. It's a pain in the ass for her to function some days. Guess fucking what? She smokes some pot. Life is good. But because it's illegal in our state, we won't do it because she's afraid of losing her license and her job, and I'm afraid of losing any form of custody of my daughter. So until it becomes legal, I'm not going to touch that fucking monster. But it fucking hurts because that is a medicine that fucking works for my wife. And this fucking relic from the 1960s, 70s war on drugs, because fucking Nixon and Reagan had no fucking chill, and Nancy couldn't shut the fuck up, and just say no. Bitch, please, I'm gonna fucking say yes, because that's a cool-ass fucking bong they were showing on CNN. I mean, for fuck's sake. I hate Jeff Sessions. Hate him. I'm waiting for the day that he goes after other lovely fucking things. Just look up WTF Nation Radio on Skype, Spencer. If you weren't able to call in at 415-889-8367, just zap me a contact request on Spencer on Skype, and I will give you a call ASAP. That or zap me a message, zap the station a message with your Skype, and I'll look you up real quick and give you a call. And I have that just sitting here. I'm looking for it right now. Yeah, it's just fucking pot. Who cares? It's just fucking pot. But Jeff Sessions has to be his fucking twat. Furthermore, if the Trump administration goes through with a crackdown on states that have legalized marijuana, they'll be taking billions of dollars away from regulated state-sanctioned businesses and putting that money back into the hands of, wait a minute, hold, pause, dramatically, drug cartels! I mean, for fuck's sake. There we go. There's Spencer. I see you. All right, let's give you a call. Calling you now, Spence. I gotta find a way to kill that fucking noise because it doesn't want to fucking shut up. There we go. Spence, I'm calling you now, buddy. But yeah, it's one of those things of just, for fuck's sake, Jeff, get it out, get your head out your ass. People want pot. And do we not remember fucking Family Guy? A bag of weed, a bag of weed, a bag of weed's the only thing you need. No, you don't do smacking, you don't do speed, because everything's better with a bag of weed. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm not going into a fucking full Family Guy musical here. Spencer, I tried calling you, brother. What the hell? Skype just told me to fuck off. Oh, okay. Alright, calling you back, Spencer. Hey, Spencer, you're live on the air with WTF Nation Radio. What's going on, brother?
Outstanding. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. You're kind of far away. I got a little bit of ringing. You gotta... I lost you, Spence.
You did? Because I just got some sort of a random voicemail.
We're getting a lot of feedback, my friend.
All right, I'm going to try the phone again.
All right, brother. We will address the Skype issue as soon as humanly possible. Now, that being said, furthering more, let's go to fucking Republicans. A random drawing out of a bowl just decided an intense Virginia election. Here's who won. A Virginia elections official reached into an artsy stoneware bowl, pulled out a name, and declared Republican David Yancey the winner of a House of Delegates race that could determine which party controls the chamber. Virginia staged a dramatic rare election lottery, live streamed across the country, to settle a tie between Yancey, an incumbent from Newport News, and Democrat Shelley Simons. The spectacle drew national attention as an odd way to decide a highly consequential contest, but it might not be the last word in a saga that's taken more turns than the clay that went into the wheel-thrown bowl, borrowed for the occasion from the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. Simmons and a crowd of about 100 state officials, journalists, and politicos were on hand for the drawing in West Waiting Room of the Patrick Henry Building. Yancey was not present, although he sent a representative. The Democrat sat in the first row between her husband, Paul, and her 15-year-old daughter, Georgia, holding both of their hands. As the loser of the drawing, Simmons is entitled by law to request a second recount, likely leaving the race in limbo when the General Assembly reconvenes Wednesday. Moments after the drawing, she said, "This is a sad conclusion for me," but she did not rule out a request for another recount. All options are on the table. Yancey is not expected to be seated if a recount is pending, but even without him, the GOP would still enjoy a 50-49 majority in the House on the first day, when delegates pick a speaker for the next 2 years. Talking to reporters outside the House chamber, this is for Virginia, just 90 minutes after the lottery, House Majority Leader M. Kirkland Cox, Republican from Colonial Heights, who was in line to be speaker before all the uncertainty was direct. "We will be in the majority on the first day," he said. Republicans boasted an seemingly insurmountable 66-34 majority heading into November's elections. But as they swept statewide offices for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, Democrats also picked up at least 15 seats in a blue wave widely viewed as a rebuke to President Trump. If Simmons seeks and wins a second recount or prevails with other potential challenges, the 100-member House would be split right down the middle, ending the GOP's 18-year majority in Richmond's lower chamber. On Election Day, Yancey appeared to beat Simmons by 10 votes in the 94th Legislative District. Then a December 19th recount left Simons ahead by a single vote, prompting Yancey to concede. Jesus fucking Christ, it's like a goddamn telenovela. The next day, the three-judge recount court decided that a ballot declared ineligible during the recount should be tallied for Yancey, tying the race at 11,608 votes apiece. Wait, what? Hold on. What? 11,608 times 2. 23,216. Hold the fucking phone. This is in Virginia. Population of Virginia. 8.4 million. 8.4 million, 23,000 votes. 8 point populate. Get out of your fucking ass and off the fucking couch, Virginia, you fucking cunts. For fuck's sake. 23,000 fucking people voted. Jesus. I get it. It's for a single fucking district. But let's look up the fucking district it's for. Now I'm... Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. The 94th Legislative District population. Let's fucking see. Let's fucking cringe here. Copy. Population of Virginia. 94th Legislative District. 79,000 people. Okay, so 79,429 people out of that entire fucking district. And not even a third of them could go and vote. What the fuck? God damn it. Y'all are the motherfuckers that are screwing the goddamn fucking country over. Y'all are the motherfucking reason that only 20 million people voted for each of our fucking presidential candidates. Stop sitting on your fucking couch thinking that everything's gonna be fucking fine just watching. Fucking vote. I know. It's fucking hard to get informed. Oh, and the reason why I looked at the population of Virginia is because only a third of the population fucking voted. I was like, no way this is all fucking relevant. We're pausing this fucking article. Get off your fucking asses and go fucking vote. How fucking dare you? This is not just to just you, the listeners, but the fucking people. 20 million people voted for President Trump. 21 million people or 24 million people, something like that, voted for fucking Hillary Clinton. Fucking 23,000, and this right here, 23,000 out of 79,000. 23,000 people voted out of 79,000. Okay, let's do some fucking math here. 79, let's do some fucking math here. Plus negative 79,000, because that's the easiest way to do it. For you 55,784 people in the 94th District of Virginia, you don't get a fucking voice. Shut the fuck up. You can't complain, you can't bitch, you can't moan about what happens in your district. Oh, but it's only district level, it's only state level. I don't give a fuck. Democracy starts at the lowest level. Our republic depends on this. So for you 55,000 people, y'all are fucking cunts. Because y'all couldn't get off your fucking couches to go fucking vote for your fucking representative to get your fucking voice heard. No, but KJ, you're being too harsh. Now, fuck off. We have 40 some odd million people voting in this past election. That's fucking deplorable for our two major parties. I'm not talking about third parties. That's fucking deplorable. And here, they fucking have to do a fucking draw out of a fucking bowl? Well, I'm sorry. If the 79,429 people in this district actually voted, there wouldn't have been a goddamn tie, because it would have been physically fucking impossible. Jesus. Seriously, it's an odd number. There is no plausible way for that to have a tie. So why the fuck didn't the other 55,000 people not go out there and fucking vote? Well, it's just really inconvenient for me. Well, stop being so goddamn lazy. Well, I really am not involved in politics. Well, stop being such a goddamn cunt because you're a fucking American citizen, and every one of us is. We decide who represents us. We are their fucking bosses. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm if I keep fucking repeating myself here. But Jesus. 79,000 fucking people. No, that's a voting age. That's a voting age, Chris. That's a voting age. I'll preface that. I forgot to preface that. That's a voting age. That's appalling. There wouldn't have been a tie. There wouldn't have been need to put the two fucking names in this fucking bowl that was in a museum of art and draw a fucking name. What the fuck? Is that what our democracy has become? Drawing a fucking name out of a goddamn bowl? Pardon me. That's fucking ridiculous. Fuck you, Virginia. Fuck you, Republican David Yancey. And fuck you, Democrat Shelley Simmons. Because y'all are fucking horrible. You're just as bad as the people that didn't fucking vote because you didn't fucking rally them up and inspire. And for everyone else who was just too fucking lazy, I pray to God it was just because you guys were just incompetent and you weren't good fucking statesmen. But if it was just because you fucking other 55,000 people were lazy, get the fuck out of here. Go live in a communist fucking country. Go see how you fucking fare there, you fucking twat waffles. Originally, I gave it to Trump and Kim Jong-un. Fuck that. It's all you motherfuckers that are too lazy to goddamn vote. And I don't give a shit who that is. Anyone. Anyone who's too lazy to goddamn vote. You're my cunt of the week. But let's move on to President Trump for the last 15 minutes, shall we? President Trump's break with Bannon over Wolf Book shows the limits of loyalty. Oh, here we go. Try to picture Barack Obama declaring that David Axelrod had lost his mind, George W. Bush saying that Karl Rove is learning that winning isn't as easy as I make it look, or Bill Clinton's lawyers sending James Carville a cease and desist letter threatening imminent legal action. Conversely, imagine Robbie Mook saying that Chelsea Clinton is dumb as a brick. You can't, because all those scenarios are inconceivable. But that's just another Wednesday in this chaotic White House, which once again plunged into crisis mode after the publication of excerpts from a forthcoming book by Michael Wolff called Fire and Fury. I wonder who this book is about. President Trump's insistence that Steve Bannon, his former chief strategist and top aide at the White House until 5 months ago, was a mere staffer who had very little to do with our historic victory is akin to Joseph Stalin trying to erase Leon Trotsky from the history of the Russian Revolution. It's the kind of story-shaping statement that, not so long ago, Trump and Bannon might have written together. In reality, Bannon has been a guiding figure for Trump for years, according to associates of both men. These are third parties that know both of them. This is part of a well-established pattern for the thrice-married Trump, who treats partners and aides as disposable once they've outlived their usefulness to him and downplays their roles after they run into trouble. Remember when Sean Spicer said that former campaign chairman Paul Manafort played a very limited role for a very limited amount of time, and that former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn was a volunteer of the campaign? Another former aide, called George Papadopoulos, a coffee boy, even though he was a meeting with ambassadors, arranging sit-downs for Trumps with heads of state, and in contact with Russian intermediaries. Jeff Sessions climbed out on a limb and burned bridges with old friends when he became the first senator to support Trump, but after the Attorney General recused himself from the Russian investigation, President Trump didn't hesitate to claim that the Alabama senator had only endorsed him for political expediency. I'm seeing a trend here with our president. Saying Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency is like saying you're not married to your ex-wife. What? That's a really stupid fucking... Saying Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency is like saying you're not married to your ex-wife, but you're not married to your ex-wife. It's true at the moment, but doesn't erase the marriage. Oh, okay, it needs a second half. It's true at the moment, but doesn't erase the marriage. Why the fuck did you put that after a fucking video, you stupid website? It's true at the moment, but it doesn't erase the marriage. Okay, that's a better whole statement. The fact that Trump's lawyers sent a cease and desist letter last night to Steve Bannon, arguing that he violated the employment agreement he signed with the Trump organization and likely defamed the president, reflects the palpable concern about what he might say. Okay, Mr. President, we're going to have a little heart-to-heart here. I want to tag the White House. I really fucking do. I really fucking do. Mr. President, you are in a public office. You are under the scrutiny of every single American citizen. We all get to say what we want to about you in an opinion matter. So if I'm stating my opinion, and it's my personal opinion, then guess what? It's not defamation. It's a person's fucking opinion. And I'm sorry, Mr. Twat Waffle Supreme, but when your lawyers say that Bannon must stop communicating confidential or any disparaging information, as well as preserve all records in preparation for an imminent lawsuit, dude, you're a fucking toddler. I'm gonna tell my mom and dad. He fucking does this all the fucking time. He's obsessed with loyalty, but it's a one-way street for President Trump. And the best example, you're going to say, oh, well, he's the president. Oh, well. No. Chris Christie. That fat fuck from New Jersey. And I want to talk. That fat fuck from New Jersey. Chris Christie stood by the president, took all the disparaging remarks, took all the bullshit, fucking was a huge supporter and proponent, and guess what? Everybody for months, Chris Christie's going to be named his vice presidential candidate. Chris Christie's going to be the VP. Chris Christie VP. VP Chris Christie. Chris Christie VP. Nope, Mike Pence. You have to be loyal to the president, but the president has to be loyal to you. In some cases, that's absolutely 100% true. In the military, yes. The commander-in-chief has my undying, wavering loyalty. If I was active. Or National Guard or whatever. Undying, wavering loyalty because he is the commander-in-chief. As a private citizen, bitch, please. You earn my loyalty by proving you're worthy of it. That's the base for anything regarding loyalty. You don't earn trust and loyalty just because you say, I trust you and you're loyal to, and I'm loyal to you. You have to prove it. You have to earn it. And unfortunately, President Trump, great example of Chris Christie, he was fucking doggedly loyal to you, and he stood there like a whipped pet. Like a fucking tamed lion when you announced Mike Pence was going to be your vice president. He stood there like your bitch. Now, speaking about the 2016 Trump Tower meeting of Jared Kushner, Donald Trump Jr., and Manafort with Russians promising dirt on Hillary Clinton, Bannon told Wolf, the three senior guys in the campaign thought it was a good idea to meet with the foreign government inside Trump Tower in the conference room on the 25th floor with no lawyers. They didn't have any lawyers. And if you thought that this was not treasonous, unpatriotic, or bad shit, I happen to think it's all of that, and you should have called the FBI immediately. Yeah! Not only would I have called the FBI, I would have called the fucking CIA, the NSA, the DNC, the RNC. I would have called every fucking buddy. There are Russians here that are saying they have dirt on Hillary Clinton. CIA would have gone, what? NSA would have gone, FBI would have gone, oh, really? Because, the FBI, they're investigators. But for fuck's sake, you didn't get anyone involved. It's the same comment I made several months ago about this. You didn't fucking involve anybody about it. No lawyers either. Lawyers! You didn't fucking even include lawyers, you fucking jackasses. Of course Bannon's gonna fucking make remarks about this. Why? He's trying to save his own ass. But also, because President Trump said, fuck you. Loyalty to me, but I'm not gonna issue it in return. No quid pro quo. Additional comments from Bannon and others completely undercut the White House spin that there's nothing to see vis-a-vis Russian interference in the 2016 election. He warned that special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation will wind up focusing on money laundering and the Trump's family dealings with the Deutsche Bank. They're going to crack Don Jr. like an egg on national television, Bannon said, according to Wolf. They're sitting on a beach trying to stop a Cat 5 hurricane. Most importantly, Trump's dramatic statement served as a reminder that the bonds of family will probably trump everything else. This would be true of almost anyone, but it's especially true with Trump because he's not a particularly ideological person and was not primarily motivated to seek public office by any kind of deep concern about public policy. And let's be honest, if we look back at the election, he said fucking buzzwords. He said 1 to 3 syllable words that were easy for quick bites that people could easily repeat to another. He used buzzwords. Make America great again. Make America great again. Total 6 syllables. 6. It's a buzz. It's meant to draw attention and catch your eye and ear. Now, the article continues to say, would Trump tolerate Mueller, indicating his son-in-law or son who deny any wrongdoing? Now, any father or father-in-law would side with their family. I understand that. I would do the same with my daughter. I would believe the benefit of the doubt that if my daughter killed somebody, that she didn't. But the article continues, there's been a lot of speculation that Ivanka and Jared might leave town at some point this year, and Trump reportedly now thinks that it was a bad idea that they took high-profile jobs in the White House. But the couple has recently been touring homes for sales in the district. This suggests that they're planning to stick around indefinitely. People familiar with the search tell the reliable sources, Emily Heal, that they're visited at least one property. I don't give a fuck about where they're going to fucking live. No one fucking cares. But many of the homes that they're looking at are secluded, long driveways, alone. And this is not just going bad on President Trump. For Steve Bannon and Breitbart, the break with Bannon is a huge win for the Republican establishment, which blames Steve Bannon for Roy Moore becoming the GOP nominee in Alabama and the party losing what should have been an easy race in a ruby red state. This will likely neutralize him in several 2018 primaries where he could have played a huge role in boosting insurgents from Nevada and Arizona to West Virginia and Wisconsin. Steve doesn't represent my base. He's only in it for himself, President Trump said in a statement. Oh, look, there's that loyalty thing, which also accused him of being a prolific leaker. Steve was rarely in a one-on-one meeting with me and only pretends to have had influence to fool a few people with no access and no clue, with whom he helped write phony books. You notice anytime someone cites anything about the president, it is phony, it is fake, anything. Anything. It could be, Mr. President, I love your tie. Mr. President, I love your tie. Fake news. Are you kidding me? Furthermore in the article, Mitch McConnell and his team are ecstatic. The Senate Majority Leader's political team posted a GIF of him beaming just minutes after Trump's statement went out. That's actually a pretty funny GIF. He's just laughing his ass off. And a few of the candidates who have aggressively sought Bannon's endorsement in recent months quickly rushed to distance themselves as his support became a liability and their primary rivals attacked them over it. You know, Kelly Ward in the open Arizona race to succeed Jeff Flake said in a statement that Bannon is only one of many high-profile endorsements she has received. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey took heat from his GOP rival, Representative Evan Jenkins, in the primary to take on Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. Attorney General Morrisey does not support these attacks on President Trump and his family, his spokeswoman said. And Bannon has, in recent weeks, also alienated his main financial backer, Rebecca Mercer, after he told several other major conservative donors that he would be able to count on the Mercer's financial support should he run for president. Oh, God, no. Please, no. We don't need Steve Bannon in the White House. We don't need him as president. No. No. I don't trust Breitbart as much as I don't trust fucking CNN or Fox News or MSNBC. I don't fucking trust Bannon. He's slimy. It doesn't feel good when you talk about him. Bannon is already trying to make amends with Trump, suggesting he might not stay off the reservation. On his SiriusXM radio show last night, he said that he remains a strong supporter of Trump. The President of the United States is a great man, he said, and you know I support him day in and day out. Well, privately, Bannon doesn't think the damage is irreparable. The AP cites a person familiar with his thinking to report that he was not surprised or particularly bothered by the blowback. That person said Bannon vowed on Wednesday continuous war on the Republican establishment and also predicted that after a cooling off period, he continued to speak with Trump, who likes to maintain contact with former advisors even after he fires and sometimes disparages them, which is true. The harsh reality is President Trump offers no loyalty in return but demands loyalty. Unfailable loyalty. And Steve Bannon couldn't. It's news to me that he's, should he run for president. God, no, please don't fucking do it. Please don't. The GOP's already suffered enough. I'm a proud independent and I can see the GOP fucking drowning. Yeah, fuck it. KJ 2020. Common sense as a superpower is my platform. Make common sense a thing again. Don't get me on that diatribe. Don't get me on a fucking presidential diatribe. Because right now, fucking politics is a fucking disaster. Things that should be common sense to people aren't. Things that should make sense and apply to everyday people don't. It's fucking retarded. My biggest concern is fucking paying my bills, loving my wife and child, and working. Oh, and going to school. I'm going to school. That's what I do. I wake up, I do my shows, or I prep for my shows. I do a little bit of housework because I'm currently, I'm the house husband. I'm a full-time student, so I do a little bit of housework. I, prep for my shows. I maybe play an hour or two of video games. I do my show. And then bada bing, bada boom, I continue my day, run my errands, stuff like that. I pay my bills. I worry about, does my car need an oil change? Shit like that. This fucking tit-for-tat fucking twat waffling is not productive. Oh, well, Bannon said this. Oh, well, Trump is this. Shut the fuck up. We need adults in the fucking White House. We don't need this fucking tit-for-tat New York bullshit. This is stuff I remember from being in middle school of, oh God, Tiffany said this about me. Well, she lives in Amityville, so she's a fucking slut. It's fucking retarded. And don't get me on, like I said, Spencer, don't get me on a diatribe of if I ran for president, because it would all just be common fucking sense. It would just be a common sense platform. Okay. Oh man, it's already 1 o'clock. It's already 2 o'clock. Oh man. Alright, house cleaning. Abrupt turn to far right field. We're doing some house cleaning. Alright, folks. Lo and behold. What's up, gaming god? Lo and behold, we got some great shows coming up. Tonight we have Brett Mango from the Sparta Project. No two veterans or first responders face the same exact issues, but as peers, the Sparta Project knows how to help. They guide, inspire, and heal veterans and first responders who suffer from post-traumatic stress. They're dedicated to healing the invisible wounds of war, and they'll be on tonight for Sergeant's Time with ICE. Tomorrow on Friday Night Freedom, we have Stacy Pearsall. Stacy is a U.S. Air Force veteran who is now a professional photographer, author, educator, military consultant, and speaker. She's the founder of the Veterans Portrait Project. She got her start in the as an Air Force photographer at the age of 17. During her time in service, she traveled to over 41 countries and attended the Military Photojournalism program at S.I. Newhouse School of Public Communications at Syracuse University. During 3 combat tours, she earned the Bronze Star Medal and Air Force Commendation with Valor for combat actions in Iraq. Though combat disabled and retired from military service, Pearsall continues to work worldwide as an independent photographer and is an author, educator, and military consultant. Pearsall presently hosts community-based exhibitions showcasing veterans from their respective hometowns. She continues to conduct more portrait events and is the subject of a 5-part YouTube miniseries titled The Veterans Portrait Project. In honor of the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War and those who fought valiantly, over 40 of Pearsall's images cover the walls within the Pentagon. What's more, 15 fine art prints of her combat imagery are featured in a joint exhibition, The Face of Battle, Americans at War 9/11 to Now, at the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery. She's the only military artist presently represented there. Pearsall is the recipient of 2 honors for her service, the Army Combat Action Badge and the Air Force Combat Action Medal. Next Friday, January 12th, we have Major Crispin Burke. Major Crispin Burke has been serving on active duty in the U.S. Army since 2002. He's an Army aviator qualified in the Black Hawk and the Lakota helicopters. His assignments have included the 82nd Airborne Division during Katrina, Joint Task Force Bravo in Honduras, and 10th Mountain Division during the Iraq War, and the Joint Multinational Readiness Center in Germany. Major Burke administers the blog Wings Over Iraq, and he's been featured in the New York Times, Small Wars Journal, Foreign Policy, World Politics Review, and the Wall Street Journal. Also, next Saturday, January 13th, we have Luis Fernandez from CONUS Battle Drills. Every day, veterans are getting out of the military and facing a world that we don't understand and that doesn't understand us. We're faced with challenges we were not completely prepared for, like writing a resume, preparing for interviews, and picking companies. Translating our skills for a soft world are all things that we are not trained in. And then there's ACAP, which, let's just be honest, I fucking slept through. And no one wants to be a PowerPoint fucking ranger just for a stamp and signature. So in addition to getting a job, most of us have families we need support. We struggle with being a husband that's a teammate. Instead, we like to fight to win like it was an ambush. We have little patience for our kids, and far too often we ignore the demons that can ravage a weak mind. CONUS Battle Drills is written by a combat veteran, Luis Fernandez, for combat veterans to help each other grow in the areas of corporate employment, fatherhood, being a husband, and taking care of your mental state. He doesn't pull punches. He's not surgical in his approach. He will not coddle you. He will not feel pity for you. And he states, you are fucking killers and survivors of the greatest fighting force humanity has ever known, and I will treat you as such. Sometimes, however, you guys need some guidance, and that's why I created this page. And he will be on next Saturday for Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy and Pookie. Don't forget, we have a show every night of the week. Every Tuesday and Thursday, join me at noon Eastern Time for Jose's Taco Truck. Tonight at 2000 Eastern, we have that one word, Sergeant's Time, with Ice, Mike Gulf, and Doc Madness. On Fridays, we have Friday Night Freedom with Minx and Mud Puppy. Saturday nights, we have the most savage night of radio, Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy and Pookie. Sundays, we're continuing the triumphant return of the Green Room with Jason and Charlie. Mondays, we have our flagship show, the Monday edition, hosted by Ice. Tuesdays, we bring it full circle around to Jose's Taco Truck at noon, and at 2000, Minx and Grey Cloud for Tied Up Tuesdays. And with that all being said, please take the time to check out our wonderful sponsors. We have, as always, the fantastic Project Overwatch and their Paw Patrol campaign. This is the campaign to get the cameras on the dogs, create that independent and minorly codependent allows the unit to be independent and codependent in unique and special ways, allows for greater situational awareness, is entirely nonprofit organization, so every dollar you donate to the campaign will go to the campaign, and as always, Rangers lead the way. And don't forget War Horses for Veterans. They currently are fundraising for a new, it looks like a stable house, so they can operate year-round. I would definitely head over to warhorsesforveterans.com and check them out for their 3-day horses and networking experience, where you get the opportunity to ride, lasso, hang out with other veterans, share your no shit there I was stories in this nice, comfortable country environment with some hella good food. I know Ice and Redleg went out there. Eventually, I'll get out there at some point, and then you can watch KJ actually freak out over horses. And eventually I'll get over my fear of that. But that being said, I appreciate you guys coming in. I will see you all tonight for Sergeant's Time with Ice at 2000. With that being said, I got a jet. I'm getting heckled. I got to move the taco truck out of this parking spot. Apparently, they don't like me sitting in front of the White House. So I will catch you guys tonight at 2000 for Sergeant's Time with Ice. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I end you with shots.
Photograph, tell me what it is to see when you look at me. Deep into the photography, I don't really need your sympathy. Just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got? And is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you because I do what I do? Who knew that I could lose a few of you cause I bleed blue? But it's true, I know cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? Will I make it home alive? Should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye, I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see today. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media portray me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. A few are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.